Today, more and more small cars are traveling our roads and highways. The advantages of these smaller cars are many. They have better maneuverability, they require less road and parking space, they are easier to park, cost less, have lower maintenance costs, and have the ability to travel up to 5 times farther on a gallon of gas. If you already own a small car, chances are your next car will be even smaller and more fuel efficient. If you have never driven a small car before, you are in for a pleasant surprise. But driving these small cars safely requires a different driving technique. Many driving habits must be changed. In other words, you must downsize your driving. We stated that smaller cars have better maneuverability. This means they can turn sharper, corner flatter, and are quicker to respond to your slightest touch. Advantages? Definitely. But this ability, if misused, can cause absolute havoc in traffic. Regardless of the size of the car, it's the driver's ability and behavior that determine whether or not a car is being driven safely. Defensive driving and common courtesy toward the other driver will make your trip more pleasant and safer. Here are some hints for downsizing that will make driving a small car safer and more enjoyable. By far the best safety tip we could give you is to wear your seatbelt. It is a natural law of physics that if a larger vehicle hits a smaller vehicle, the smaller vehicle and its passengers will suffer the greatest damage. With safety belts, you are 6 times safer than without them. Make sure you are seen. Visibility, not seeing or not being seen, is probably the largest cause of small car accidents. Drivers of larger cars, vans, pickups, and especially trucks simply cannot see small cars when they are running along beside them or close behind them. The driver of a small car is sitting as much as 9 inches lower than in a full-sized car, and about 5 feet lower than a semi, which incidentally weighs about 60 times as much as the compact. Try to avoid running along beside big trucks, especially on the freeway. The semi may suddenly change lanes, not even realizing you are there. Don't follow these larger vehicles too closely either, because they can't see you behind them. And neither can the driver of the approaching vehicle, who just might want to take a left turn as soon as he passes. Drivers of larger vehicles have a tendency to follow smaller cars much more closely than they would follow larger cars. Maybe it is because they can easily see over the smaller cars, or maybe they are trying to intimidate them. If the situation permits, pull over and let him pass. For in an emergency, you could stop more quickly on dry pavement than he could.